Welcome to the lesson on understanding scope and lifetime in C#. In this lesson, we will explore how variables behave inside and outside methods. Understanding these concepts is crucial for writing effective and bug-free code. Don't worry if this feels new at first. Now we're on what's scope. Scope refers to the visibility or accessibility of variables within different parts of your code. In C#, every variable has a scope that defines where it can be accessed. There are primarily two types of scope: local and global. First, local scope. Variables defined within a method are said to have local scope. They can only be accessed within that method. Finally, global scope. Variables defined outside of any method have global scope. They can be accessed by any method within the same class. What's lifetime? Let's dig in. Lifetime refers to the duration for which a variable exists in memory. In C#, the lifetime of a variable is tied to its scope. First, local variables. These variables are created when the method is called and destroyed when the method exits. Finally, global variables. These variables exist for the duration of the program execution. Let's move on to example of scope and lifetime. Let's look at a concrete example to illustrate scope and lifetime. This slide introduces a class definition. Study the structure in the code sample. In this example, we define a global variable outside of any method, making it accessible to all methods within the class. The local variable is defined inside the main method and can only be accessed within that method. So to recap, in summary, scope determines where a variable can be accessed, while lifetime determines how long a variable exists in memory. Local variables are confined to the method they're defined in, while global variables can be accessed from any method within the class. Alright, your turn. Give this a try. First, modify the example above by adding another method that tries to print the local variable. What error do you receive? Also, create a new class with both global and local variables. Write methods to demonstrate their scope and lifetime. Finally, experiment with changing the access modifiers of the variables to see how it affects their scope.